What really happens to an avoidant? After a breakup, one person looks devastated. The avoidant seems calm, goes back to work, and may even appear happier. So, did the relationship mean nothing to them? Not necessarily. What you can see after a breakup is not a reliable measurement of what someone feels or what they are capable of processing. In attachment research, avoidance describes discomfort with dependence, vulnerability, and emotional closeness. It is a tendency on a spectrum, not a diagnosis or a complete personality. People can be more avoidant in one relationship than another. Stress, trust, experience, and the other person's behavior can all change how the pattern appears. And avoidant can describe different patterns. Dismissive avoidance leans heavily on self-reliance. Fearful avoidance combines a desire for closeness with fear of it. Immediately after a difficult breakup, an avoidant person may feel genuine relief. The pressure to explain, reassure, negotiate, or stay emotionally available has suddenly stopped. Their usual protection is deactivation, turning attention away from attachment needs, minimizing the bond, and restoring a sense of control through distance. That relief does not prove there was no love. A person can miss the relationship and still feel safer now that its emotional demands are gone. If they initiated the breakup, they may also have grieved privately before the final conversation. By the time you hear the decision, they may have rehearsed it for weeks. Afterward, routine becomes useful. Work, the gym, gaming, travel, or practical tasks can provide structure without requiring emotional exposure. Social media makes this confusing. A smiling photo, a night out, or a new haircut shows a selected moment, not a psychological scan. Avoidant coping can reduce reported distress because attention is redirected away from painful thoughts. But not talking about an emotion is different from resolving it. Research on avoidant attachment has found gaps between what people report and their physiological arousal. The mind can say, "I'm fine," while the stress system remains active. Distance is easier to maintain when the mind highlights incompatibilities and dulls affectionate memories. That negative edit can protect the decision from doubt. They may cope alone and reject support because needing someone feels like the problem. Independence brings control, but it can also remove the relationships that help people recover. This is the key distinction. Functioning means life keeps moving. Healing means the loss has been felt, understood, and integrated. They are not the same. Distraction is not automatically unhealthy. It can calm an overwhelmed nervous system. The problem comes when every quiet moment must be filled so nothing is ever processed. A quick new relationship does not prove they forgot you, and it does not prove secret heartbreak. It may be connection, distraction, validation, or simply a new relationship. The internet loves a fixed timeline. First relief, then curiosity, then regret. Real people do not move through attachment in scheduled weekly stages. Feelings can surface when distraction fades, loneliness grows, an anniversary arrives, or a new relationship requires the same vulnerability they previously avoided. They may grieve later, gradually, privately, or very little. The relationship's quality, length, ending, and meaning matter more than an attachment style prediction. An avoidant ex can miss you and still not contact you. Reaching out creates exposure, uncertainty, and the possibility of dependence, the exact experiences distance was protecting them from. The reverse is also true. A message does not automatically mean insight, commitment, or change. Sometimes contact only means nostalgia became stronger than discomfort for one evening. Distance can make an old connection feel safer. The conflict is gone, the partner is no longer asking for closeness, and memory can restore the best moments. They may return because they are lonely, guilty, curious, or affectionate. None of those feelings alone can repair the pattern that ended the relationship. Real change is behavioral. Naming feelings, tolerating difficult conversations, asking for space without disappearing, hearing needs without treating them as control, and repairing after conflict. Someone high in both anxiety and avoidance may swing between reaching out and pulling away. They can intensely miss an ex, then feel overwhelmed when contact becomes real. That push-pull can be painful for both people. Fear may explain inconsistent behavior, but it does not make the behavior harmless or obligate an ex to endure it. Silence could mean relief, suppression, respect for a boundary, uncertainty, or moving on. Without honest communication, certainty is usually a story built from missing information. No contact can protect healing and stop a painful cycle. It should not become a strategy for triggering an avoidant into missing you enough to return. Asking, "When will they regret losing me?" keeps your recovery attached to an event you cannot observe, predict, or control. Ask instead, was the relationship consistently able to meet both people's needs? Missing someone and being able to build safely with them are separate questions. If this pattern is yours, start by noticing what relief is protecting you from. Sadness, shame, anger, fear of being needed, or fear that your needs will be rejected. You do not have to force instant vulnerability. Try smaller honesty. I feel overwhelmed. I need an hour. I care, and this conversation is difficult. Write down what happened, talk to a trusted person, or work with a qualified therapist. The goal is not dramatic emotion, it is accurate emotional awareness. Attachment patterns are not life sentences. Repeated secure experiences, self-awareness, accountability, and professional support can make closeness feel less threatening over time. So what happens to an avoidant after a breakup? Often, distance restores control before the loss is fully understood. What happens next depends on whether they keep avoiding or begin processing. Their silence cannot tell you your worth. Watch patterns, trust behavior, and let your healing belong to you. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's explained.